Have you ever wondered if the walls of your house could talk, what stories they would tell? Picture a house, seemingly quiet, its facade cloaked by the mundane. A home like any other, deceptively ordinary, radiating an air of tranquility. But underneath this calm surface, an undercurrent of unease stirs. Shadows seem to shift, whispers echo in the silence. An unsettling atmosphere envelops the space. A house that holds secrets, its walls harboring tales of the unknown. What if I told you that behind these ordinary doors and windows, a chilling tale awaits? It all started with a feeling of being watched. In the beginning, it was as subtle as a whisper on the wind, a chill running down the spine, a sense of unease that did its best to remain unnoticed. But like a shadow in the corner of the eye, it was always there, a constant, unshakable presence. The residents of the house began to sense it, this unseen entity that seemed to hang heavy in the air. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of the curtains, every flicker of the lights became a source of unnerving speculation. Was it just the house settling, the wind blowing, or something more? The feeling of being watched intensified, the sensation of eyes on you, even when you were alone. The paranoia began to creep in, slowly but surely, like roots spreading in the dark. Unseen, but felt. Objects began to move of their own accord. A book falling off a shelf, a chair sliding across the room, a door inexplicably opening on its own. Each occurrence was more alarming than the last, escalating the fear to palpable levels. The house was no longer a safe haven, it had become a prison. The residents were trapped in their own home, living with a presence they couldn't see, couldn't understand, and couldn't escape. The feeling of being watched had morphed into a reality of living in fear. And then it escalated. As days turned into weeks, the unseen presence grew bolder. A chilling sense of unease permeated the house, as if the very walls were alive with a sinister intent. The haunting began to manifest in ways that were impossible to dismiss as mere coincidence. Objects, once stationary and harmless, took on lives of their own, flying off shelves in sudden bursts of unseen energy. Imagine the shock, the disbelief, as everyday items became projectiles, propelled by an invisible force. Doors, too, became part of this eerie dance. They would slam shut with such force it was as if an angry gust of wind had swept through the house. Yet there was no wind, no logical explanation, just the chilling echo of a door slamming shut, reverberating through the silent house. But the truly terrifying incidents were the whispers that curled around corners and slithered under doors, whispers that filled the night with an eerie symphony of voices that were not their own. These spectral whispers were enough to freeze the blood in your veins, their unintelligible murmurs, a chilling testament to the unseen presence that had made the house its playground. As the haunting escalated, the residents were caught in a vice of fear and helplessness. Each day was a battle, each night a test of courage. The house, once a sanctuary, was now a stage for a relentless and terrifying performance. But the worst was yet to come, and then one fateful night, the unimaginable happened. The chilling climax of the haunting unfolded. So terrifying it's almost beyond words. The house, once filled with laughter and warmth, became a stage for an eerie spectacle that no one could have predicted. There was a sudden, inexplicable chill that swept through the house, a bone-jarring cold that seemed to seep into the very soul. The air grew heavy, thick with an unseen dread. The familiar, comforting sounds of the night were replaced by an unsettling silence, punctuated only by the eerie creaks and groans of the house itself. Then a series of events unfolded so rapidly, so horrifyingly, that they left the residents paralyzed with fear. The details are vague, blurred by the terror of that night. There were whispers of shadows moving independently, of disembodied voices echoing through the halls, of objects defying the laws of gravity. Whatever transpired that night was so petrifying that it forced the residents to abandon their home. They left in a hurry, leaving behind a life they once knew, driven away by an unseen force that had claimed their sanctuary. To this day, no one knows what truly happened that night. The house stands empty, a silent testament to the terror that unfolded within its walls. Who dares to uncover its secrets?